Spider-Man, Spider-Man, he's a man with spider powers come out his hand. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, he got bit by a spider and became a man. Hello and welcome back to my channel, Paigeypoo's World of Books. Today we'll be doing a book review, and that book today is Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. This is the first book in the Grisha trilogy, and I had some interesting thoughts on this book, so let's dive into those thoughts. So when I was reading this book, it was the most weirdest experience. So I wasn't fully into the book, but yet I was. It was so weird. So throughout reading, I couldn't imagine the characters because she didn't really describe the characters. All I knew about Alina was that she had brown hair, she was pale and skinny. That's all I knew. I didn't even know what color her eyes were, but yeah, I still love this book. So I give it 8.7 out of 10, which is pretty good rating. So also just the cover is beautiful, but I'm still going to be pursuing the trilogy because I do want to know what happened. And after this, I'm going to read the Six of Crows duology, which I'm so excited because lots of people rave about it, and I'm like, oh, I want to read it. So, as you can tell, I annotated the heck out of this book. Yeah, I like to annotate, but not write in books. And also, this is a library book because I didn't know if I like it, so. But I liked it, yes, and I still love the book and the characters. It was really good. It's just that I couldn't fully imagine the whole world because they say that it was supposed to describe the world, but yet I still had trouble putting everything together. But I did get most of it. So now let's go to my notes. I take a lot of notes. So let's see. So, from the beginning, we can already tell that Mal is a ladies' man, which means he attracts all the ladies. Oh, yeah. And so, usually in books, these characters go on some mission, and then they find themselves actually loving the person that they never thought they'd fall in love with, which was Alina. And so, I was right. Later in the book, they did fall in love. Nice job, Paige. Then on page 24, Mal is talking about how he misses the orphanage that Alina and him went to. And I kind of know what he's talking about because even so there's a bad place in your life, like an actual location, or maybe metaphorically, you still miss it because if he didn't go to that orphanage, he would not have met Alina, which later he would not fall in love with, so he might never have true love. But thanks to the orphanage, he did. So, and they still had each other. So now let's talk about the Darkling and Alina. So first, I didn't think that they'd like each other because, I don't know, I didn't see it. But then the kiss happened. First kiss, and I'm like, I was reading, just reading my book, enjoying it, and then I just read that and I'm like, he just kissed her, guys. Did you know about this? Did you know about this? I did not. So I suspected it coming, but yeah, I didn't think it would come at that moment because it's like, I don't know why I care about your opinions, and right on the lips, the soft orphan lips, and I'm just like, whew. Okay, and then at that point, I shipped the characters a little bit. But then, after the ball of that kiss, nada. I did not ship them. And I was like, go away, you nasty. So, yeah. So I do not ship the characters. I ship Mal and Alina. But, true love. Now let's talk about the Apparat. So, he was the most confusing character. Well, also the Darkling, but also the Apparat. Because, so I thought maybe he's just a misunderstood character and he's actually trying to help, right? And so he just comes up to Alina when she's in like the hospital, but it's like, are you okay? Bad stuff is happening. It's going to get you. And she's like, get away from me. And I'm just like, maybe he's actually warning you, so you should listen. And then he just comes up with these weird moments. And I'm like, what the heck? And then later we found out he becomes the king because the other king is ill. And I'm just like, what? So yeah, he's a confusing character, but hopefully we learn more about him in the next book or the book after that. Hopefully. And then let's talk about the passage or like pages that I just thought blew my mind because they were just like, it hit me in the heartstrings. So it went, well, anyways, so it's on page 179. So, where are you going? She called after me, her voice mocking. What's waiting for you out there? Nothing, I shouted at her. No one. As soon as I said it, the truth of the words hit me so hard that it left me breathless. I gripped the door handle, feeling suddenly dizzy. In that moment, the memory of the Grisha examiners came rushing back to me. I'm in the sitting room at Kiram's Inn. A fire is burning in the grate. The heavy-set man in blue has hold me, and he is pulling me away from Mal. I feel Mal's fingers slip as his hand is torn from mine. The young man in purple picks Mal up and drags him into the library, slamming the door behind him. I kick and thrash. I can hear Mal shouting my name. The other man holds me. The woman in red slides her hand around my wrist. I feel a sudden rush of pure certainty wash over me. I stop struggling. A call rings through me. Something within me rises up to answer. I can't breathe. It's like I'm kicking up from the bottom of the lake, about to break the surface, my lungs aching for air. The woman in red watches me closely, her eyes narrowed. I hear Mal's voice through the library door. Alina, Alina. I know that we are different from one another. Terrible, irrevocably different. Alina, Alina. I make my choice. I grab hold of the thing inside me and push it back down. Mal, I shout and begin to struggle once more. The woman in red tries to keep hold of my wrist, but I wriggle and wail until finally she lets me go. I leaned against the door to Bagra's hut, trembling. The woman in red had been an amplifier. That was why the darkening call had felt familiar. Somehow I'd managed to resist it. At last, I understood. So I thought that was just like, oh my gosh. And then like, at last I understood. I'm like, that was beautiful. That was like my favorite 3 pages. So, and then the last thing is when Mal is in the jail cell and they let Alina talk to him before he supposedly is going to die the next day, and then they're just thinking about all these memories, and I'm just like, don't make me cry, because they're just like talking about all their memories they had and they're just laughing, and I'm just like, this is the last day. Because I was thinking maybe Mal might live for some reason, which he did, and I'm just like, yeah, that epic battle thingy on the ship, that was amazing. And then she just like dies in and like, and then she went, and then they lived and happily ever after. So that was the end of my book review on Shadow and Bone. If you already read this book, comment down below how you liked it or did not like it. I'd like to hear your thoughts on this. And if you haven't read this, you should pick it up because it's just like, it's still a really good book. So, yeah. And hopefully the series just grows stronger and stronger and better because people say that the Ruining and Rising is really good. So I'm really excited about that. So I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, make sure to pulverize that subscribe button, flambe that like button, and ring-a-ling-a-ding-dong that notifications bell. I'm Paigeypoo, and remember to stay in school, be magical, and read on. Bye!